Hey guys, so we're back with another video. Welcome back. So today we're covering day 2 of the gymnastics. We'll see if we could cover day 3, which will be happening shortly after day 2. Then we will wrap up the gymnastics special on my channel, which will start focusing on the hurdles, 100 as well as 400 meters hurdles. So without further ado, let us watch the Simone Biles day 2. She will be doing an all-around event such as the uneven bars, the vault, as well as the beam, and then the floor. All these will count as the events, and then we will move on to the next athlete and the next following athlete after her. So like I said, like and subscribe to the channel for more, not only track and field now, but also gymnastics and other sports that I'm planning on covering for this Olympics. Like I mentioned before my previous videos, I want to make sure this Olympics is way different compared to the previous years that I covered the Olympics. Okay guys, so like I said, let us start. Without further ado, let's go.
Simone Biles, first of 4 rotations tonight.
All right. Stick it, land it.
Good catch at the end. You saw her look at her coaches. Sometimes when you catch your heels on the landing, you're most certainly down, but she was able to save it. She's so quick.
Husband Jonathan Owen, safety for the Bears, came out of his seat. She's watching the replay on the Jumbotron.
You gotta be quick.
As we look at this again, so much power. Before the competition, I said, she's going to do the double pike. And he said, yeah, she wants to do it.
This is what I always say. I see Simone Biles as like a Shelly and Fraser Price type of athlete. She's lightning quick. When she stick the landing, it's crazy because the amount of speed that she produced to jump over the vault and the other events that she do at the gymnastics trials is insane, because you gotta be not only in tip-top shape, but you gotta actually know what you're doing, because they're more vulnerable to get hurt if you think about it, because all the event that they're doing, any wrong missteps could hinder them from performing. So it's a very, 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 very technical type of sport where everything has to be correct. There's no room for error like that.
2 consecutive competitions in a row. He said she's really had a little inconsistency from one meet to the next. And Sam, you mentioned it, she managed to stay on her feet, but I don't think she's thrilled with this one. What do you think?
No, you can see right here, she landed more on her heels, which pushed her back even harder.
Strong ass calves.
She's really focusing on being more controlled in the run, which is actually unbelievable with how difficult that vault is.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the score that they gave her, I mean, I think that's fair. It's starting off her second night, so she has a 6.4 for difficulty. The execution is 9.1, and the overall score is 15.5. So congratulations to that.
5 is the number. Here is Simone on uneven bars.
All right, uneven bars.
Far away from the bar on that catch.
I remember before this continues, I remember I was explaining that to one of my friends yesterday, and I was covering the gymnastics, and I told her that, you know, I'm shocked that they managed to put like I'm not sure what the mechanics of that goes to, but they normally put like charcoal in their hands to make sure that their hands are not sweaty, especially moving up and down in the uneven bars. So that's kind of like interesting to look at that.
She looks a little off balance, bringing back the rhythm here to make some solid connections from high to low. She's so fast on this. She had to work for that bar team tonight, but she got the job done.
14.2 for Simone.
So for uneven bars, she got a 6.2 for difficulty. Execution is 8. And overall score is 14.2. So she's getting the high numbers. Like, if you look at it, we know that the difficulty is very high. So the fact that she managed to do that quickly on the uneven bars is insane. So they're going through it.
It's lower than night one, but again, should not affect her chances in the slightest.
All right, Simone Biles in first overall, ready to go on balance beam. Did not have the best night one on beam. And right from the start, you could tell the look on her face. She was angry about that on night one.
Yeah, you can see it in her eyes now.
And I remember, just stop it right there. I remember she was explaining Simone Biles. She said, like, she felt like she wasn't perfect, especially going through the rounds, especially with the unbalanced beam. So now she has a chance to actually like push forward to actually be more zoomed in, because I always say, like, I'm more scared of the balance beam because it's so narrow and there's more room to make mistakes on there, so you have to be very balanced to work on the balance beam.
This beam routine.
All right. Oh, she's doing it quick.
That was where the first problem came for her. And usually as a gymnast, if you nail your first connection, there's a good chance the rest of the routine is going to be solid.
Perfect.
You can see how quick she is to that finish position. That really helps her stay balanced.
1, 2, 3. That's perfect.
Another thing I'm noticing about this routine,
she got off.
didn't quite get her back foot down on that aerial.
But you have to be quick to get back on it too, I'm assuming. All right, come on, Simone. Landed. Perfect.
Man, how strange. That was so good.
13.9, the number.
So balance beam, she got a 6.5 on difficulty. Execution is 7.4 and 13.9 overall score. So congrats to Simone Biles. So perfect. So the good thing is I'm making sure to write down the names, because like I said, I don't want to get it confused. It's more easier to remember the equipment things for the women's side, because on the men's side they have different names. There's something called the ring and then the parallel bar. I'm learning. So as I go, I'm gonna remember them and I'm gonna write them down, so that way I have more of a little professional experience of what I'm talking about from here on out. So far she's doing good.
On balance beam for Simone Biles. So the standings.
So here's the standings right now for the trials. So Simone Biles is leading the pack with 102.500 points, I'm assuming. And then you have Sunny Lee with a negative 0.4925. And then Jordan Chills got 5. So everybody else is under 5 and 6. So I'm guessing the more points they take out, the less perform. It's weird. I would have to research more of how they do that. Like, what do they take out? What do they keep? I think they only have how many rounds? 7 rounds? Rotation or rounds?
7 rotations. Simone Biles with that lead. Remember, the top all-arounder locks up the spot. Here she is on floor exercise.
All right, floors. That's my favorite. Okay, before she continues further on, I like to say something. I know that cheerleading and gymnastics tend to be not, they're very similar, but I feel as if gymnastics has to do more with the equipments and how they do the backflips and everything. It's very, I would say, strategic. Whereas in cheerleading, from what people, from what I research about, is that they do all the stunts and acrobatic skills and all that stuff. I think that would be a debate I would love to like ask people a question about, like which one is more harder, like cheerleading or gymnastics, because all of the backflips and turn, I think cheerleading do that too, but at the same time gymnastics has more technical points. I wonder, was there any Olympics in the past that had something with like acrobatic, like cheerleading or something? I want to know. That's kind of like interesting to know. Like, how would they determine like who would win the gold medal, stuff like that. So that's a question for another day. But let us continue. Congrats to Simone.
And as expected, everybody out of their seats in the target center, including her husband.
Nice.
In Minneapolis, 14.725, the number for Simone Biles.
Another one. So much.
So let's go back real quick.
14.72.
So she got difficulties 7.0. Execution is 7.8, and then total score is 14.7. Pretty awesome.
5, the number for Simone Biles.
Another one. So much has happened since Tokyo. What led you back to this point, back to another Olympics?
Yeah, being in a good mental spot, seeing my therapist every Thursday, it's kind of religious.
And I think I remember I mentioned that and Tokyo was a very difficult spot for her, but she still managed to get the job done. But people never understand that being the greatest of all time also comes with the pressure of sometimes you have to be mentally ready because everybody's looking at you, or even your teammates are looking at you because you're like that beak of confidence that they're looking at. Like if you're doing everything that you're supposed to, they're gonna feel confident to go out there themselves. But if the leader is scared, then it's like everybody else is gonna be harder to like try out. So I commend her for stepping up to talk about mental health and how important it is to go towards that, especially when you need to be focusing on trying to aim at the goal, which is to win the championships or the Olympics.
For me, so that's why I'm here today.
It's hard not to come back to when you have all these people cheering you on. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but at 27 years old, you are the oldest female American gymnast since the 1950s to head to the Olympics.
Oh, that's crazy. That's historic. That is very historic. So she's 27. So, to gymnastics, you're considered like one of the oldest since the 1950s. That's insane.
How did you know that you had more to give this sport?
Yeah, I knew I wasn't done after the performances in Tokyo, so just getting back in the gym and working hard and trusting the process with Cecile and Laurent, I knew I'd be back.
I watched you this entire weekend, and you were cheering everybody on, you were instructing Jade, no matter who makes this team. Why is it important for you to be a mentor and a leader?
Because I've been in their exact same spot, so I know exactly how they're feeling, and if I can be a mentor and a guide, then that's what I'm going to do to kind of lighten the load.
My job here, Simone, is to get answers for the people. After your floor routine on night one, Taylor Swift commented and said, she wasn't ready, but you're ready. Did she know that you were going to use her music? Did you all chat about that?
I think my team talks to her team sometimes, and I've met her a couple times, so it's been really sweet.
Okay, so we're gonna stop it here. So congratulations to Simone Biles for night 2. I think night 3, that's when they make the selection of who made the team, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll look at a small understanding of what will happen on day 3. So that concludes Simone Biles on day 2. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which features Sunny Lee, as well as Frederick Richard, as well as Asher Hong for day 2. And then we will start wrapping up for the gymnastics on my channel, and then we will zoom back into track and field on Hayward Field.